it's me again. Today I'm going to be talking about my college experience, why I chose health and social care, as a course to get to nursing instead of A levels. I'm going to say what's on the course, what to expect, and yeah, it's a really good course. So I'm going to big it up. Basically. I went to college. I started doing A levels. At this point, I wasn't sure that I wanted to be a nurse. I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do in my life. So yeah, I started doing A levels. I did chemistry, biology, maths, and psychology. Because yeah, I've always liked science and maths, and psychology was something that always interested me. So I thought, yeah, I'm gonna have a go at this. Anyway, that didn't turn out too great for me. Maybe it was because going from school to college and having so much freedom and not having to turn up. Yeah, anyway, that was just one bad year for me. So I was like, right, do I restart my A levels and mature and actually make something of my life, or do I get an apprenticeship? Because at this point I had an offer for a beauty apprenticeship, which I was convinced I was going to do, and then I was like, oh, I'd quite like to do health and social care. It looks quite a cool course. So yeah, I applied for my health and social care. I did nearly have some trouble getting on, but yeah, that was because of my first year at college. So I was like, well, if I don't get on it, I've got this beauty apprenticeship. But hey, but yeah, I finally got onto it, and I'm really glad I did. My first year was brilliant. I made some great mates. I actually attended college. So yeah, on your health and social course, I think it's pretty good for if you want to go into nursing. You can really go into any sort of career with the topics that you cover. Some of my friends are going into psychology. One wants to do forensic science, which I don't think this can lead on to. But yeah, it can lead into a variety of sectors, really. So your health and social care course, level 3, is your 2-year course. It's equivalent to A levels. So you have your pass, merit, distinction. So your pass is a C, your distinction's an A at A level. And yeah, so basically, within the 2 years, you'll you'll have different units. It's all coursework. There's no exams at the moment. I've heard that they might be changing that. But yeah, when I did it, it was all coursework. So you have loads of different units. So some of the units that you look at in your first year is developing effective communication, equality, diversity and rights within health and social care, health, safety, security in health and social care. There was development through life stages, anatomy and physiology, which was great if you want to be a nurse. Most people hated that, but yeah, I loved it. Then there's a unit 6, which is you have to do a PPD folder. This is basically what you're meant to use for your interviews, and it's all about you. It's probably one of the hardest but easiest units. The work's really easy to get a good grade, but I found it hard because you have to write about yourself. I don't really like writing about myself. I don't want to sound make myself sound really clever, and and then I'll turn up to an interview and be like, oh well, this said you're really clever, but you basically look like you don't have a clue. So yeah, I really hated that unit. But yeah, it's a good one. And then as well, in your first year, you will do public health. That's a Another brilliant unit. I loved it. And you will, sorry for looking down, I've wrote it down because my mind's like, and you'll also do promoting health education. And then I think in the first year everyone did the first aid training. You come out with like a certificate that lasts for, I think it's 3 years. For some reason, I didn't get to do mine. It was probably my fault because when I was meant to do it, I had to go to the dentist like 3 times that week. So yeah, there's not much point me doing it because you had to do an exam in that. But yeah, I've never got around to doing it, which isn't very good. But hey, you know, I do know first aid for my job, so it's not the end of the world. I just don't have a certificate, but yeah. Also, in your first year of doing health and social care, you do placements. I think you have to do 2. Like our placements were 2 weeks of one place and then 2 weeks of the other. But I know some places do like a day a week at placement for like so long. It keeps changing, but yeah, mine was just 2 block weeks, which was ace. My first placement was in a care home, which I got a job from. I'm not at that care home now, I'm at a different one, but still for the same company. I absolutely love my job, but yeah, I think my job is what made me know that I wanted to do nursing. So I'm really glad I actually got that as a placement, because at first I was like, oh, a care home, you know, I don't see myself in a care home. Like, if you look at me, I'm not that sort of person. Pretty stereotypical, I know, but yeah, I started doing it. I was like, oh yeah, this isn't too bad, you know. Get to speak to some lovely old people. Like, I got to do, well, I didn't really get to do hands-on, but I got to like shadow and observe what they do. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Being the oldest one in the year does have its advantages. But yeah, and then they offered me a job, and I was like, oh gosh, like, I've seen what they've done, but can I do that myself? Can I handle it? Turns out I can, obviously. So yeah, I absolutely love it, and that's one thing I'd say. If you want to go into nursing, make sure you have experience. Like, we're working in a care home or something like that, because one, you need it anyway to get accepted at unis, but also you'll know if you want, like, if you think you want to do nursing, just make sure you know you want to do it, because trust me, when you go into like the care sector and do like nursing and like working in a care home as like a healthcare assistant, you will either love it or hate it. And I suggest, if you hate it, don't apply to be a nurse, because it'll only get tougher. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop talking about that. I could talk about that all day. And then my second placement was at a Catholic school, working with the young children. See, now that's something I thought I'd enjoy, because I've always wanted to be a primary school teacher, but I didn't. I hated it. But I wouldn't say I hated it, but I didn't like it. It's not something I could do day in, day out. So yeah, I was like, thanks for the great 2 weeks, but no thank you, not again. So in your second year of health and social care, you don't have any placements. Well, we didn't. It might change again. Like I said, it's always changing. But yeah, we didn't have any placements. It was basically just full of a coursework that we needed to do. So in the second year, we looked at stuff. We did 2 half units, which was sociology and psychology. The half units were like really quick and easy to do. It gives you like the basic information and stuff that you need to cover for when you do your full topics. Yeah, it was brilliant. I loved it. As well as your half units, you'll do well, I did nutrition, values and planning, caring for children, safeguarding, physiological disorders, and then you had your sociology and psychology long units, which you linked into your half units. we also did health psychology, and I'm pretty sure we did something else. I might have said it all, I might have not. But yeah. So now, like, college is over. Um, I've sorted all my uni stuff out. I've been accepted. Obviously, it's like June, so obviously I've accepted where I'm going. I've got my firm choice. Everything's covered. I'm going to be making videos, like I said, about different stuff to do with that. I'm so happy. I've finally finished college. I thought I was gonna fail. I've come out with a really good grade. I'm buzzing basically. So yeah, hopefully this has helped you if you're going from school and looking at what you want to do at college. Yeah, personally, I'd say go down the Btec route, because it's still, it's seen as a good thing to do. Like, people see it as the same as like doing A levels. Apart from, I feel it's a lot easier than A levels. Like, I prefer coursework than exams, which, I know we all have to do exams, but if you can just get away with doing coursework, which I did, it's really good. I think, like, the work you have to do to get a high grade, and like the equivalent to A's at A level, is really easy compared to what you do at A level to get an A. That probably didn't make any sense. It made sense to me, but yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling now. So yeah, I'd say if you're looking at going into nursing and you don't really want to do A levels, do health and social care. You can get there. You get placements which can help you, decide if you like working in that sort of area, and all the work you do is relevant to nursing in some aspects. So yeah, give it a go. Thank you for listening.